Hi everybody, how you doing? It's your boy Dustykatt here on the fabulous West Coast. Another beautifully gorgeous day brought to us by the Canterlot Weather Factory. They paid me to say that. But anyway, yes, it's beautiful out here. I'm sorry, you East Coasters. I'm sorry. There you go. But it's really one of those things where I just want to get out and clean the garage or something outside anyway. Do the dishes outdoors and bring them inside. I don't know, but just get outdoors. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place, especially up there in Vancouver. I hear it's like unseasonably warm. Beautiful, beautiful time to be up in Vancouver. So we're gonna bring Vancouver to you. I have with me tonight little sis herself, one Maryke Hendrikse.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing, little sis?
Good, big bro. How are you?
I am awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. It's great to have you back. I mean, I wanted to do it earlier, but of course you had to go to New York. Oh, yeah, so we had that all set up, and then you got invited to New York for PonyCon.
And then that didn't happen.
What?
No, and then that didn't happen.
Oh, no. And then it didn't happen?
Yep.
What happened? I didn't hear that. Tell me about it.
Oh, it's just like sometimes I think that everybody wanted to make sure that they could do it all properly, and so it ended up just not happening.
Oh, darn. Darny, shucky, darny.
Yep. Nobody's fault at all. Just
Nobody's
like
fault. Just
being responsible, quite frankly. Because we don't want things to happen as we have had one time before.
Yes, bad things happening is not a good thing.
Yeah. So that just means you're free to go to other conventions later in the year. Yay.
I'm sure that conventions now have it. She's not been in New York, so now she can go anywhere this year. So you people out there who run conventions, hey, Maryke's free. Well, not free, but she's free to go.
Well, pretty free.
So free, yeah, kind of free to get there.
Free to get there.
Free to get there. Oh, it's awesome to have you back. I mean, really, I've missed you. I've really missed you.
Thank you.
Yes. So we're gonna get right to some questions here.
Okay.
Since you were here, we've done Sonata from Rainbow Rocks. Sonata. Yep, we're talking about Sonata. And More Black Lagoon, Revy, the OVA, got released in Blu-ray and DVD. So how's it been for you as an actress lately up in Vancouver? I mean, I'm sure you did the OVA stuff a while ago, and of course Rainbow Rocks was done a while ago. But how's things going for you?
It's good. You're right. We did both of those things a while ago. I would say, boy, I bet you I did the OVA a year and a half ago. Ooh. I bet you. I'd have to look at my date timer, but it's been way more than a year, I think, and that was just a treat to go back in and do that, play her again.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully the guy who writes the actual series,
which is still going on,
continues writing them.
Yes.
That's the thing. Continue writing them, and I would love to continue playing Revy. So, anyways, we'll see about that. Cross fingers, I guess, and hooves. And then Sonata, was recorded. I mean, you guys probably know the recording schedule. It's something like, 8 months or a year in advance. So that was a while ago. But I've been steady. It's been good. Like, obviously, the whole. I've been working on a couple of shows right now that I can't talk about. So is what it is.
So those are new things, or are those old shows?
They're new. They're both brand new shows, which are really cool. I'm really, really enjoying the recording process. We just finished one, and then there's another one that I'm doing that's just ongoing, and it's fabulous, which is I'm really enjoying it, and I love my character, so that's fun. And then I don't know. Some people have kind of seen one of the newer shows that's airing. I think in the States it airs on Disney. Disney Junior? Is that what it's called?
Disney Junior, yeah.
Yeah, Disney Junior, because it's for little kids. It's called Kate and Mim Mim, so I'm in that with a whole bunch of the, the old standbys.
Cool.
So yeah, it's been good. It's been steady, and I've been happy about the work that I've been lucky enough to be doing. So it's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for asking.
So we're going to go to because I'm skipping my PonyCon New York thing because I didn't know you didn't go because I gone. Of course,
I should have told you.
The latest thing that you've done that we can talk about is Pony Rainbow Rocks, Sonata Dusk.
Yep.
She's a bit of an airhead, a bit scatterbrained. Was she always like that in the script, or did they take her to another level of airheadedness?
No, she was like that from the beginning, from the audition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like pretty clueless.
Okay. Was it one of those things where the director goes, no, just a little more airheaded?
Yep.
No, just a little more. Oh, there you go. Pull it back just a little bit. That one.
Yep, that was basically what it was. Like, she's got to be really pretty out of it.
Pretty out of it.
Yes.
Sort of like the pretty girl who doesn't get math.
Doesn't get math and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, doesn't get math and et cetera. And she's sort of like, when you played Sonata, she's sort of like, she's airheaded. Sometimes she doesn't know why she's evil, and other times she's like on that borderline. That especially when she bumps into Sunset Shimmer in the hall.
Yeah.
Where she's just, oh, am I evil or am I not evil? Why am I evil? Not really sure. But so cute. And I'm sure you've seen by now Taco Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Yes.
It's hilarious because I had no idea that. Funnily enough, there's a restaurant here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And it's called Taco Time, and they do Taco Tuesdays. So
you must take a picture in front of Taco Time.
I should. You know what? You're so smart.
You know what? There's probably a Taco Tuesday poster out front, right?
I would imagine on Tuesdays because it's their big special.
So what you need to do is go down there and do the whole thing with the arms. It's like, it's Taco Tuesday, and then just tweet that.
Okay, I will. That'll be my assignment.
That's your assignment for the week, yes.
Okay. So, going back to the actual script, when I read the script, like when I did the line, I just didn't think anything of it because, the thing that's interesting is that you can't play to expectations. No. You can't act.
No.
That's one of the things that would kill comedy is playing for a reaction.
Right.
So ultimately, I just read the line in character because that's my job.
Right.
So I had no clue that would be the line that would come out and be this thing, right? That would turn into a million like memes and hilarious like things.
Yep.
So it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's the whole. I think Taco Bell stock went up about 5 points. Just from Brony's buying tacos. Although don't go to Taco Bell. Taco Bell isn't even tacos. It's not.
No.
You know what an actual taco is? I've been to Mexico City, people. You know what an actual taco is?
What is it?
It's a very small, round flour or corn tortilla with a little bit of meat in it and some cilantro and some onions. That's a taco. Okay?
Huh.
It's not this folded thing that Americans tell you is a taco. That's not a taco. Right? I go down there. Okay, here's a story. I go down to Mexico City for business, right? Making motorcycle parts. And they're taking me for tacos. And I'm thinking American tacos, right?
Right.
And they said, how many tacos do you want? And I said, 2 will be fine. And they look at me like I'd grown a third head. I said, 2? Just 2?
Just 2? You want 12, you mean?
Yeah, just 2. And they bring me this thing that looks like a White Castle burger. Very small. And I went, oh, no, I want 20 of those. That's a taco, okay? Not this thing not this nacho Dorito wrapped cheesy gordita thing. Oh, my God.
Right, with lettuce and salsa.
Yeah. Just go to a real Mexican restaurant, wherever you are, real one, and say you want the old school taco. Good stuff.
Cool.
Okay, here is right now. Spike Firemain, everybody's good friend Spike Firemain, of course, has actually started a carving of Sonata, doing her Taco Tuesday.
Amazing.
Yes, and he will finish that, paint it, and get it to you for signing, if you do the line.
Well, I don't know. Of course, I'll do the line.
Do it. Do the line.
Okay. Let me just get in her mode. We can get lunch after, though, right? It's Taco Tuesday.
Perfect. That's for you, Spike. Done. Okay, get that carving done.
I might change the word slightly.
That's
there,
okay.
maybe.
Don't worry about it. Ad-lib.
Ad-lib, but still the
baby.
same type of...
Ad-libbing, same thing.
I got the It's Taco Tuesday part right.
Absolutely. It was awesome. I liked it. So.
It's Taco Tuesday. Yes. I just love the way they animated her little hands because of course I've seen the the meme a million. No, I haven't actually.
You haven't seen the movie? Oh.
No.
It's actually a good movie.
I've heard lots of great things about it. I don't know. I think sometimes I don't watch a lot of what I do because I know what's going to happen.
Well, you know what your part's going to happen.
Yeah. So I kind of I guess I just don't really watch. Plus, I watch way too much sports to be involved in watching.
We're going to talk about that.
Scripted television. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So that's all. Now, another thing about that movie is that, of course, there's a lot of singing and music. Now, musical. Madeline, let me see. Madeline Merlot was the singing voice of Sonata.
Yes.
Did they ever actually ask you to try?
Yeah, I did audition to play the singing part, but quite frankly, I sound like a sort of a combination between Annie and the Little Mermaid, and that just wasn't what they needed for this part.
They didn't,
for the type of...
Yeah, they need sultry and
exactly
deep voice, Motown sound.
Motown sound, bigger, stronger voice than I have, and so no, it didn't work out. But they were great to give me the opportunity to even try an audition.
Oh, good. I'm glad they did give you the opportunity.
Yeah,
normally they'll say, "Oh, we got this other singer," and they won't even give you the chance. So that's kind of cool. And Madeline Merlot is actually a country singer in Canada, if I remember correctly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's a very popular Canadian singer. And,
awesome.
Check her out. Good stuff.
Okay, I will.
Okay, and of course, Revy. Oh my God, Revy comes back. In Roberta's Blood Trail, which I've seen a little bit of. I haven't seen the whole thing yet.
I haven't seen it either, actually, because I just haven't had a chance. It's on my shelf. Yeah, bad little sis. Yeah. It's on my shelf, but oh, no, wait, no. Is that the one on my shelf? I forget. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I haven't watched it.
Okay.
I just haven't had a chance to.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I haven't got a chance to go down and buy it yet. So I need to get that because I want to see it. Hopefully... more of that series is happening because we know for a fact that it's still going on.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's still writing. I can't remember. That's so disrespectful. The guy.
Yeah.
The author.
Yes.
I can't remember his name. Who does the manga. He's still writing them, so let's hope that somebody wants to keep producing the television.
Yeah, because it's huge. Everyone loves it. Like to see it. So obviously, my question of any news out of the Black Lagoon camp is you don't know.
No, I have no idea. I just hope, like everybody else. Basically, we'll probably know, at least in terms of my involvement in it, there'll be, a good chance if they start producing it in Japan.
Right.
Because logically speaking, if they produce it in Japan, they would probably do the dub, and hopefully we would still be cast in the dub. I think people would probably lose it if we weren't. So
yeah, especially Revy. She's the main character, and everyone loves the way you do it.
Thank you.
Yes. Looking over your IMDb again, the list of credits gets longer and longer and longer. How are things up in Vancouver for the animation industry? This is an overall question for just the animation industry itself, not so much you. But what's your feeling on the animation industry in Vancouver?
I think it's doing pretty well. There's steady shows. The thing that I notice personally, well, not personally, but from my perspective, is that I notice that there are a lot of shows that are doing like season 2, season 3, season 4, all that kind of stuff. So there aren't as many new shows as there used to be.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that we're not going to have a bunch of new shows coming, maybe starting casting in the spring or summer.
Right.
Of course, I don't know anything about that because that's not my side of the industry. I'm as surprised as everybody else when there's an audition kind of thing, like it's news to me type thing.
Okay.
But but I think it's pretty steady. I mean, it's certainly possible for us to make a living. Those of us who do make a living, I don't think that there's been a lot of tail off in work opportunities.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, and you before the show, you did tell me that you do teach at a school.
I do.
Not Dangerfield School, which is on the mic, but a different school.
Yeah.
What are you seeing in student rates? Are a lot of people coming in to try to learn the craft, or is it sort of like just steady, you're petering off, or anything like that?
I think it's fairly steady. Although you want to hear the interesting part?
Yeah, I'd love
is that it's every now and again in one of my classes that I teach, and I also teach the occasional children's workshop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
On like the weekends. I just did one a couple of weeks ago, and I get the odd person who is coming to take. I teach at the acting school I teach at. It's a full-time acting program, so I teach the voiceover component of the full-time acting program. So they're taking all sorts of aspects of study, and a lot of the people have actually come to the school because they wanted to specifically learn voiceover in a full-time acting program, because it's not available in very many places. So it's one of the few places that they can do so and get an intensive kind of look at voiceover. And there has been a couple of people in my classes who are huge My Little Pony fans. So that's sort of what's interested them in pursuing voiceover in general.
Well, that's cool.
So I've noticed that recently. That's been a bit of a change. But steady in terms of, yeah.
It's like a lot of people, I'm sure, who are a voice actor now were Mel Blanc fans or, Warner Brothers fans from the day. So
totally.
The more inspiration you get,
the
next generation.
For sure.
And, of course, you are a huge sports fan. Oh, my God, Toronto Raptors. Basketball. Certifiable Toronto Raptors fan.
Somebody updated my IMDb page. I have no idea who, because I don't do it myself.
Yeah.
And my IMDb page says, huge fan of the Toronto Raptors basketball team. So whoever wrote that on there, awesome, thank you.
Awesome. Is there any other sport you really enjoy watching other than basketball? I know you're a huge sports fan, but give us a bit of background from your sports fandom.
I'm a big Toronto Blue Jay fan. I like baseball.
Baseball.
Baseball. I play in a fantasy baseball league with 9 guys.
Wow.
I really enjoy both football, CFL and NFL. So I follow them pretty steadily throughout the year. Here's one that's going to kind of come out of left field. Actually, I'll give you 2 that are going to come out of left field. Okay. Curling and gymnastics.
Well, I could see curling, but I didn't know gymnastics had a league.
It doesn't have a league, but it has, because it's amateur.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like little girls from all over the world flipping and twirling all over the place.
That's great. You know what? I need somebody to teach me curling, okay? I grew up in Michigan, close enough to Canada we had curling on the CBC. And I would watch it, and I would be entranced.
It's really cool.
What is this game, and how do you score it? You know? And all these guys, the old school with the brooms going flap, 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 flap. Not like the brushes they have today, but it was like... And it was mind-numbing. It's sort of like watching paint dry, but it was an entertaining paint drying.
Agreed.
Crazy. But I want to learn that game. I really do.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
My neighbor curls.
Oh, really? Does he have his own stones or just brooms?
She.
Oh, she.
Yep. She has. I don't think she has her own stones. I don't really know. I don't know if that's a thing. You're probably right. It could be. I don't think she does. Yeah. But she does have her own broom and all that stuff.
I was gonna say because carrying around like 15 stones would be kind of heavy. A bowling ball enough is heavy, but it's 15 stones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are my sports I like.
Nice. Another thing that happened this year for you is Slugterra, which is a very awesome show.
Oh,
yeah, you played Dana Poor, who's the daughter of one of the main characters. But you were in that, it's sort of a sleeper show. It's kind of cool. It's sci-fi, edgy kind of thing. But it's not only that, it's got Lee Tokar, Sam Vincent, Andrew Francis, Brian Drummond, all the big names in that show. How is that show working on that? Is that one of those shows where the viewers should be watching this thing?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. I liked it a lot. I liked my recording session and my sessions. It's got a great voice director. His name's James Corrigal. Okay. Great guy. Really good director. I think it's interesting. I mean, because I think it's a slightly unusual concept. It's these people that live underground and their weapons are slugs that they fire at one another. They ride these massive slugs. And my character, as I often do, right, play these slightly not so nice people. Yeah. So she was kind of, that type.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
So, is there anything that you're watching right now? I mean, we'll go into this. Sort of goes into this question. Anything you're watching right now that you think people really should check out, cartoon or other?
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Ooh.
If you guys haven't seen Rick and Morty, you need to watch it.
Okay. I have to look up Rick and Morty.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
If there's any children watching, not appropriate for kids.
Oh God, not
appropriate. It's not quite Black Lagoon level at all, because it's just not that type of show. But it's not for kids.
Okay,
it's
where
an
would
adult.
we find Rick and Morty?
I don't know.
Is it a Canadian show?
No, I think it's Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. Okay, Cartoon Network. Rick and Morty.
So that show is hilarious.
Lost my earphone. Oh. Okay, cool.
That's a cartoon that I really enjoy.
Nice.
And a live action show, you want to hear what show I watch, and everyone's like, you have got to be joking me. This isn't the only show I watch, but
do it.
Survivor.
You watch Survivor?
Yep.
I'll give you a Survivor story. Okay.
Oh,
The guy who's the host of Survivor.
Jeff.
Okay. Remember, he used to have a morning show, or a TV, an afternoon show like Oprah.
No.
He did. He had.
I didn't know that.
He had one of those shows for maybe 6 months, right, before it got canceled.
Okay.
Their producer contacted me.
No way.
Yeah, way back in
to
the day.
go on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why didn't you?
Because they got shut down before they got to that show.
Oh no.
Yep. I got a nice email from them saying we're thinking about doing a show on the Brony phenomenon. This was a couple of years ago, when it was hot, when it was brandy new, right? And of course, he was a male-centric show, doing male-centric stuff, and he wanted to go into the whole Brony thing. And they said, we'll contact you in like a couple of weeks. And sure enough, 2 months later, the show was gone. So
I'm so
it never
sorry.
happened. That's okay. It would have been nice, but
it would have been nice. Aw, that's too bad.
It is what it is. It was cool.
I guess so.
I've gotten plenty enough opportunities to do what I do when I do it. So
for sure.
Absolutely. And
do you watch Survivor?
No, actually, I don't. I don't watch TV. I'm busy.
Yeah, I watch. I mean, I watch a bit of. I watch sports, as you know, because we just had that conversation. But
Yep.
And I watch a couple other things. Like I watch House of Cards. I'm looking forward to the Game of Thrones. I'm a huge fan of Nurse Jackie, but that's in. I don't even think it's in production yet. It might be in pre-production for the next season. Love that show. Anyways.
The only thing I watched TV wise lately was the Foo Fighters Sonic Highways series on HBO.
Oh. Yeah, my husband has that because he bought the album and you can watch the episodes.
Oh, they're so good.
That's what he says.
The only thing is they didn't go to Detroit, and I'm like kind of upset about they didn't go to Detroit, but there you go. Whatever.
Yeah,
they went to Chicago, not Detroit. But what it is. Here's a question. Last year I went up there on the motorcycle.
Yes.
Last spring I took the motorcycle ride up there at the drop of a hat to go see a movie. Right? If you had one thing you would drop everything and go do.
Yeah.
What would it be?
Courtside at the Raptors.
Courtside at the Raptors in Toronto.
It doesn't matter.
Everything.
And go wherever they were.
What team would they be playing?
I think it'd be cool to watch them play Golden State, which is crazy because that's where I'm going there, to BabsCon pretty soon. Yes. But it would be great because Steph Curry is just a great guard, and to watch him play in person was amazing. Would be amazing. I could probably pick a couple other teams, but maybe Cleveland just because of LeBron. It'd be cool to watch him in person. But
that'd be cool.
Yeah. So there you go. That would be what I drop everything to go do. Courtside at a Raptors game.
Great. That is a great answer there. Okay, so if you could play one role that you've always wanted to play, what would it be?
Would it existing in the?
You know what? How about this? Either existing or in your imagination.
I would love to play one of my favorite TV shows of all time. My two favorite TV shows of all time, both funnily enough, star Idris Elba. I don't know how to say his first name properly. Okay. One is Luther, and the other is The Wire.
Okay.
So if I could be, I don't do live action. I don't do film and TV live action. But if somebody offered me a part on either one of those shows, I would lose my mind. So that's what I would like to do. And it would be really cool to play Juliet in a cartoon version of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, there you go. Would it be a comedy or it would be the serious?
Serious, I think. Serious. I think almost the play itself. Okay.
The seriousness of the series.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Seriously the series.
Seriously serious. Okay, that'd be cool. And we can't get out of here without talking about Gilda.
Good old Gilda.
Good old Gilda. Amazingly, Gilda hasn't come up in the comic series yet. She hasn't. It's been 2 years. We haven't seen Gilda other than on comic covers like this one.
Yeah, I saw one. Someone gave one to me.
Yeah, this is the special. What do you think? Okay, I know you know comic books, but what do you think the story about Gilda in a comic book would be like?
Oh my. I think the whole comic book would burst into flames.
From its awesomeness.
From its awesome.
Oh, I thought dweebs can't buy it.
No.
No dweebs.
I don't know. I don't know what it would be about. Like something so opposite to Gilda.
Yeah.
Like instead of her like creating mayhem, it would be like her like knitting baby booties. And
sitting on eggs.
Sitting on eggs. That would. Oh, my hair just got caught in my chair. Ouch. Ouch. My hair is so long, it just got caught.
I've hurt my little sister from 10,000 miles away. I'm sorry.
From laughing. Yeah, you know what? It would be Gilda knitting baby booties sitting on like unhatched creature eggs.
That would be hilarious.
Like dragon eggs, like from Game of Thrones.
There you go. Dragon eggs. Funny.
That would be good. Thanks. That was good collaboration.
Yes. Sweet. I like it. And that is the end of my questions that I've got. Hey, Screwball, you around? Screwy. There he is. Hi, buddy.
I had to run.
You had to run.
No, I was eating fruit, and I'm just like, oh my goodness.
What kind of fruit?
Oh, everything. I have like cantaloupe, grapes, watermelon, pineapple, more grapes.
More grapes.
Yummy.
Did you have any questions for Maryke before we move on?
Right. Let me think of one quick. I forgot about the on-the-spot stuff. Fudge.
Fudge. I don't like it.
Okay, you know what?
Cakes.
Okay, this is just coming off the top of my head. As soon as I said fudge, I thought of Revy. But how do you feel about having to be just such a cuss bucket when it comes to Revy?
It's my favorite thing, honestly.
Is that how you like let go of frustration? Like, okay, it's time to play some Revy.
Yeah, it's never a personal thing. It's not a release of frustration for me at all. It's just fun. Yep. It's just so insane and so you never, ever get the opportunity to do that. You just don't. I mean,
No.
it just the chance to be like that comes along like once in a career. And actually, funnily enough, I played she wasn't character-wise like Revy, but she had a foul mouth and was very, very angry. A teenage girl in a play I did a long time ago, and that was a really great experience too. But yeah, somebody like Revy comes along like never, and so I love doing it. And I'm not swearing and sort of borderline material doesn't bother me or offend me, so I don't have any issues doing that. I respect other people for if they wouldn't have ever been in the show because of that, that's totally fine, but that's not a problem for me. So, by the way,
you're like the opposite of Revy. You're just so kind.
Aw, thank you. I'm not exactly the opposite of Revy because let me just give you a little tidbit. My husband just got home and is sitting on the couch doing some work on his computer, and when I just said something along the lines of, I don't have a problem like with that kind of like language and kind of whatever, he just started laughing. Because I actually am a bit of a cursor in general. A bit is probably under-exaggerated.
I'm the same way. I have to put on the good boy outfit when I'm doing this podcast, but when I'm playing a game, I am very, very bad.
We were at the party last year, and he let something out, and I just turned and went, "Screwy, really?"
Well, that's like when I did that recording for that one game, and then I got a lot of messages from people saying, "You're very foul. What happened to the good Screwy we knew and loved?"
That's funny.
Yeah. But with that, we're going to go on to talk about convention season, because convention season is here. So I've got a list of conventions and things that are going on we're going to talk about right now. BabsCon, of course, coming up at the end of the month, April 3rd through 5th. And that's Kathy Westluck, Tara Strong, Daniel Ingram, Stefan Andrews, Claire and Ian Corlett, Brian and Brenna Drummond, and then Andrea Libman, this nice lady right here, Maryke, Peter New, GM Barrow, Heather Nitha, Bobby Curtino from the comic books, also Natasha Levenger and Rebecca Soichet will all be there. Holy cow!
That's a lot.
Oh my God, it's a lot of people. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be I'm really looking forward to it.
And you know what? I got something to show you in like about 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Midwest Brony Fest, May 22nd through 24th, Kansas City. is getting ramped up. Andrea Libman and Kazumi Evans are going to be there. They're the major guests. And they're going to have Brony Chef from Mexico, White Dove Creations making her plushies, No Whacking will be there doing her voice acting. Michael Hitch, who does some of that really funny, what do they call those funny videos where they change all the words? Screwball, help me.
Fan dubs.
Fan dubs, thank you. Fan dubs.
There you go.
Emily Jones will also be there.
That's the only time I'll ever
Yes.
answer a question, by the way.
Fan dubs.
Usually I'm like, what's that?
What's that?
Sorry, I didn't interrupt. Sorry, Dustin.
No worries. Everfree Northwest, coming up May 29th to 31st. They moved it to May, so double check it. John Delancey, Nicole Oliver, Tabitha St. Germain will all be there. Still taking donations for charity event, so head up everfreenw.com/charity for the donation form. So also panel submissions are March 16th they end, so you've got a little bit of time left. Get on it. Then TrotCon, Columbus, Ohio, TrotCon coming up July 17th, 19th. Major guest announcement was Brian and Brenna Drummond, as well as GM Barrow and Heather Breckel will also be there. Chuckle Pony, Pirate Dash, Pony Toast, and Emily Jones are the community guests for that one. They will be there. And of course, the Big Daddy, BronyCon, August 7th to 9th. And they have Amy Keaton Rogers, Kazumi Evans, along with Heather Newfer, Andrea Libman, Agnes Garabowski, Nicole Oliver, Tony Fleece, Daniel Ingram. All going to be there, going back. So it's all great. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. That's just it. And yes. So, everybody, see this? I've got my BabsCon 2015 shirt on, right there. See that? Because I've got an announcement for you. I've got an announcement for you guys about BabsCon. Something that I'm doing. Something's going to go down. Something's going to drop.
Uh-oh.
Right now.
What are you doing?
Drum rolling.
Drum rolling.
Oh,
So
okay. I'm going.
sit back, relax, and know what's going to happen at BabsCon. We'll be right back.
It's finally time. I'm Sunset Shimmer, and we're here today to talk about the biggest, beefiest, macho event of the Season 5 premiere weekend. That's right, folks, it's time once again for the Equestrian Hoof Wrestling Federation Championship title to be defended. Nay Area Brony Spectacular is the one and only place to be to see this knockout of an event. Be there Friday, noon 15 to SmackDown in the main hall. Last year's victor has been called to task by a rather bodacious adversary. What will happen when the unstoppable force, DJ Tetsuo the Ravishing Robot, meets the immovable object that is a reigning champion, the Macho Cat, Dusty Savage? Let's get a word from our stunning, gorgeous, dazzling challenger.
Hey, my name's Tetsuo, the Ravishing Robot. And recently I opened up my email and I got this invitation, or a challenge, really. The challenge to hoof wrestle Macho Cat Dusty Savage. I'm thinking to myself, alright, who is this guy? And what that doesn't even sound like a name for a guy. That sounds like a name for a sandwich, first off. And who is he trying to tell me that he's going to beat me in hoof wrestling? Okay, I took down Diamond Dog Dallas, okay? And that was super simps, okay? Alright, and I've taken down the grunts before him, alright? I didn't go into this saying, oh, I want to be a hoof wrestler too, like you did, bud. I earned it. I earned you, man. I earned the opportunity for you to be intimidated and for you to even call it a challenge. Like, if you can learn something, let me tell you something. If you've ever seen movies like The Matrix or The Terminator, what always happens? The robots always win. And I really hope you take that in consideration, bud. Because after I take that belt, I'm going to be taking your mustache too. Make a pretty nice rug. Game on, Dusty.
What a fierce yet radiant assertion by the opposition. But I'm curious, just what does our incumbent champion, Mr. Cat, think of defending his title against such a strikingly beautiful opponent?
My curiosity is piqued. The kind of curiosity that would kill a cat. Just how can a robot be ravishing? I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to figure that one out. But you know what? I don't have to know. I don't have to know at all. Because robots like things neat, orderly programs. Robots, ravishing or not, don't like the madness. They don't like things that aren't to their liking. One right after the other. And you know what's coming for you, DJ Tetsuo, the ravishing robot? The Macho Madness. That's right, the Macho Madness is coming your way. You may come to that table fully prepared. Or you may think you are fully prepared, but I don't think. Robots, ravishing or not, can deal with madness. Because I, the Macho Cat, Dusty Savage, is your champion. And I'm not giving it up that easy. So you come to BabsCon 2015, and you put your arm on the table, and we'll just see who the better stallion is.
So there you have it, hoof wrestling fans. Now it's time to throw down your bets on who is going to canter away with the coveted championship belt come NabsCon 2015. Either way, the winner will be charity. Each contestant has selected their charity of choice as a 4-figure purse is up for grabs to be split 2/3 to the winner's charity and 1/3 to the loser's. Even you, yes you, can get in on the giving. In between the bouts while the stallions are spitting salt, you will be able to donate towards your favorite pony and increase the charity pot. As our two combatants are gearing up for the ultimate battle in pure horsepower, be sure to get your flank in a seat early so you don't miss a single drop of sweat, testosterone, and machismo. See you all at the spectacular Nay area, No Hooves Barred main event.
That's right, people. It's coming back. We're going to do the Equestrian Hoof Wrestling Federation Championship. Right there at BabsCon. Hooves on the table. Right there. He ain't got nothing to do with this. He ain't got nothing. No. Tetsuo, this is coming for you. That's all for charity. So if you're going to be there, bring some bits. Be in a seat. It's going to be a huge show. Trust me. People who were there last year, you know how good it went over. We had lots of fun. If you're going to be at BabsCon, be there. It's going to be the very first thing after opening ceremony, so don't leave your seat. It's going to be awesome. And we're back. We're back. I know it was a little bit of a long little thing, but I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully everybody in the chat room enjoyed that. Let me know.
He pulls off a good voice.
Yes. Thank you. So, with that, we're going to talk about charity. Charity. So, last show, we had Will Anderson, the gentleman who does all the scoring for the show, worked with Al's band. Riders for Health, which was the motorcycle charity that gets medicine into the big, deepest, darkest Africa. One of my favorite charities. So we did that, and we did awesome. We raised 530 bones for that one, and Will is going to match that $100 because we beat 500. Cardoon's matching that $100 because we beat $500. So that's $730 going to Riders for Health. Thank you very much, everybody out there, for your help.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So, giveaways for that, we had this really cool crystal masterpiece, which I found at Target for a little bit. I thought that was kind of a cute thing, so that's going to go. We've got your Nurse Red Heart from Walgreens that some people in Canada or overseas can't find, but I got another one of those. These 3 lovely ladies right here, the plushies from our sponsor. Let me get my sponsor up there. Come on, Dusty, get with it. Sponsor, Little's Toy Company, sent these wonderful little wintry Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie. So those will go to you. And with that, also, Will Anderson is going to send an 8x10 glossy of his OC art signed by him. So that's going to be another awesome piece, too. So all of that stuff for one of the people in this hat right here. So I'm going to mix that up. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I'll pick this one right here. I wasn't looking. I swear to God. INDDD. IANDDD. Whoever you are, you win. So I will try to find out who you are, and if you know who you are, and you're here, send me an email to dusty@manlysbrony.com with your shipping address, and I will get all that stuff to you as soon as I get it from Will, which he said he would take care of quite directly. So hopefully I'll get that by the end of the week, and I'll be able to send you all this wonderful prize stuff over here. Thank you very much, everybody, for participating. I'm going to put my new hat on.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we're going to talk about Maryke. Maryke's charity is the BCSPCA.
Yeah.
And they take care of animals.
Animals, and they're one of the top charities, 25 charities in Canada, i.e. they actually use the money to
they use their money
care for the animals.
To care for animals, absolutely. Tell me a bit about that, Maryke.
For me, I just, I have a thing. I have an affinity, I think, for, maybe lots of people do, for animals, and it just kind of breaks my heart that there are animals in need and in pain and suffering and not having a home and all the other things. And so that to me is really important. And so because they are such a well-respected charity in terms of the actual work they do with the money that is given to them by people, that's why I picked them. They get an A+ on the charity ratings website, an A+. So for me, that's really important that the money that people give goes to the actual cause instead of administration and bonuses and all that other nonsense that sometimes goes on. So that's my choice. I donate to the charity regularly throughout the year, and so anyways, that's my thing. We have a shelter cat. She's not from the BCSPA, but so it's a cause that's pretty close to my heart.
So we have a wonderful selection of prizes from my prize vault upstairs, and I do now have a prize vault upstairs. I took one of the towel, things that we have upstairs, and I emptied it of all the towels. I put all of the prizes in that. So it's actual My Little Pony prize vault.
Ooh.
So full of things like this. Nice little spaghetti-haired Applejack. So spaghetti-haired Applejack for you, because these are always great. Everyone loves Applejack, so you get one of those. Number 2, a Shadowbolt Rainbow Dash from Target. These are cool. Excuse me, these were Toys R Us exclusive. So one of those. Number 3, from our good friends at Little's Toy Company, one Funko Daring Do Dazzle. And we never knew what her last name was until these came out.
Oh.
Yeah, Daring Do what? Dazzle. Daring Do Dazzle. There you go. So you'll get one of those from Little's Toy Company. So thank you, Little's. And I also have one of these. Heather Newfer, who was on the show a little while ago, sent us a bunch of stuff, and I have another one of her signed comics. Right here. Signed by Heather. Right there. So signed comic. But not only that. So, if we break 500 bones, you'll get all of that if you give us anything. But if we break $500. Right there. This is a Sonata Dusk Aria 2-4 pack. Right there. Sent to us by a wonderful listener who wanted this to be given away specifically on this show. Just for Maryke. Thank you very much for sending it. Now, not only that, not only will you get this for $500, but I will take it personally to BabsCon 2015, and I will have Maryke sign it for you, and maybe the signature art that they'll probably do for her too.
Oh,
so
for sure.
This plus the signature art, $500 plus all of that stuff. So to one person if we break 500 bits. So go over to manlysbrony.com and give a couple of bits And we're really happy to be able to do this for people and for the animals and for giving you guys an opportunity to be generous and to have that generous spirit. So let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it moving. We're just about to break like $60,000 out of all our stuff, which is great. We're just going to keep it rolling every show. So thank you guys again for all of your generosity out there in TV land. We will continue to do this and try to bring you the best, the wonderful actresses, the wonderful actors, everybody who's great in this fandom, so that we can have opportunities to do these kind of things. Thank you very much. And with that, we are on our way past charity work for the show. And now it's time for you in the live studio audience to get your questions to Screwball so that he can ask them to this nice lady here, Maryke. Yep. Look who came to see me. Hi. It's our cat.
Oh, you got your little kitty.
Yes, I got the kitty. Hi.
Oh, it's so
Say hello.
adorable.
Say hello. Hi.
What's your cat's name?
This one is Widge. Widget.
Widge.
Yep.
That's so cute.
Yep.
My cat's on the bed asleep.
Yes. I just hope she doesn't like get up here and knock everything off the stage.
Yeah,
Just stay over there, Widge. Okay. Yes. But anyway, questions.
Yes.
There are no questions.
There's no questions?
We're talking about kittens.
Kittens.
Oh no, there's definitely questions.
Yes.
Oh. I thought you said there were no questions. I was like, okay, well, we'll just chit chat.
That'd be bad if that happened. And that one time almost did. There's so this one is from someone's calling me. Go away. My friend doesn't realize it's Monday.
It's Monday.
So this is from Thomas O'Hara. Question for you, Maryke.
Oh, yeah. I know who that is.
Oh, yes.
Yes, awesome.
Question is, which character that you voice is close to your actual personality?
Probably, honestly, like out of all the characters I've ever played.
Yes.
Well, actually, I suppose you don't really know what clarification what that would be, but still. Yeah, probably... I'd say, like, I've got a lot of Sonata in me, to be frank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit space cadet-y. Like, just sort of forgetful and kind of like, wait, what? What's happening? And kind of going from one subject to another, like, really quickly, like, randomly.
Yeah.
Things that seemingly don't connect. They connect in my mind, I'll tell you that much, but they probably don't connect out in the real world.
Right.
So I'm a little bit Sonata-ish, and I'm also a little bit like Susan Test, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
On Johnny Test, if anybody has watched that show.
Yep.
I'm a little like her. I can get a little uptight at times, like about to myself. Like get really frustrated and really impatient and that kind of thing. So I'd say those are two characters that are pretty close to me.
So a combination.
Yeah,
So
kind of.
Take these two, put them together, you get you.
Yeah, I'd say.
It's awesome. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So this one is from. So this is from Waveform. Now I hope the question is to all: what is your favorite kind of taco? Which I never knew there were other kinds. I just.
Well, speaking like now that we know about what
a taco is,
the taco really is, I'm going to say that I'm a vegetarian, so I wouldn't have that kind of taco.
Yes.
So I would probably put like black beans or pinto beans in my taco.
There you go.
That would be my favorite kind of taco. Black beans or pinto beans. I've had a couple of tacos, not the Mexican tacos, but, like North American kind of tacos with, like, tofu. So that would be cool, like spiced up, Tex-Mexy.
Oh, I love spicy anything.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So those would be the tacos that I would like if I was going to be making my own tacos.
There you go.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm on the same boat. If I can just load on all the spice I can, I'll do it. Give me some jalapenos and some
jalapenos,
chili, and other stuff.
I don't like too much spice, though.
Well, that's the thing. If you put too much spice, then you no longer have a flavor. You just have spice.
Yeah,
there's no
and
flavor.
That's the worst.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's the complete worst. I'm a spice fanatic. I guess you could say I've had it all. So, yeah, I don't like it when I like get some, I don't know, curry or
I don't
something.
like things up 9,000 feet on the Scoville scale. You know, I don't like these up here. I like something down here with some flavor.
Yeah, me too.
Next.
Let's see, yeah. Ooh, so this one is from our very awesome friend Buttons.
Buttons.
Yay! Hi, Buttons.
Hi, Buttons.
Awesome.
He's the awesomest guy ever. So this question from him is, how have you enjoyed playing Kate and Boomer?
I have really. That's so. So what Buttons is referring to, guys, is the show. It's called Kate and Mim Mim.
Mm-hmm.
And so I play Kate on the show and Boomer on the show, and I love it. Kate is so sweet and such a nice. She's 5, and she's a very confident, helpful, friendly little girl, and I really like playing her. And then Boomer is out of control. He is hyper and all over the place and very hilarious. We actually laugh quite a bit in sessions just at his kind of ridiculousness. So it's been great. I've really enjoyed doing both those parts, and that's a great show to be involved in. So.
What Buttons also wants to know is Boomer the first boy you've ever voiced for?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's something that I like try and tell people, and I give them this example, when I'm teaching and stuff, and people are getting frustrated by, their progress or what they perceive to be their lack of progress, and I say, took me forever to be able to play a boy. Mm-hmm. In cartoons. I mean, and I don't play a lot of them. This is the first boy I've played, and I don't know how many others I'd be able to play that were of a different character. This is a very specific kind of boy, so I'd feel comfortable playing that kind of character, but I don't know if I'd be able to play a shy and gentle little boy, for example, because I'm not quite sure how that would translate. Mm-hmm. So, you just kind of have to keep working sometimes. Things don't come to you just out of nowhere. Yeah. So, anyway, yes, that's the first boy I've played.
It's difficult. Acting is not easy, guys. Acting isn't easy. People go to acting school to learn to do this because it's not an easy thing. People think you can just throw on a persona like that and all of a sudden you're an actor. Well, no.
That's right.
These people go to school to learn how to control their emotions, on how to build a character, how that character would do it. I mean, it took me probably 17 or 18 tries to get, Macho Cat Dusty Savage down and get, what he does, because that's not really me, but it's a character. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it takes you a while to develop this stuff.
That's right.
You can't just, it's there, you just can't do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And plus, another thing is that there's a lot of women that actually do a lot of boy voices that I've noticed in cartooning, from early as Bart Simpson to now. There's so many.
Well, yeah, that's and it's the quintessential example is Bart Simpson, right? And they were smart to do that, because can you imagine if they'd had a little boy, how many years and how many little boys we would have gone through at this point?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Simpsons has been on the air for 22 years?
22 years.
26.
One of the founders just died.
Yeah, the co-founder,
co-founder
just passed away today.
59.
Yeah.
Aww. Oh, I didn't know that.
Crazy.
It's
your show outlives you. Amazing.
Yeah, totally.
That's for sure. Let's see. Yeah. So this one's from AJ and Rules. Okay. Question for you, Maryke. How did you enjoy doing a voice for My Little Pony again after a long time between Griffin the Brush Off to Rainbow Rocks? I
liked it because it was so different too, right?
Yeah.
The completely, very, very different kinds of characters. So I enjoyed doing both of them. It was fun to come back and work on the on the show and see whether people would like Sonata or what they would think of her. So yeah, it was cool. I was very grateful to be involved again.
Do you ever get does that happen a lot with voice acting, where you actually get sort of nervous and wonder if people are really going to like your character or not?
No, we were talking about this earlier. I don't worry. You can't play to what you think an audience is going to want or like. You just have to attend to the characterization. When you start worrying about what people are going to think, you're gonna mess yourself around character-wise. So I play the character, I may think before or after about, I wonder if people are going to like this, or I wonder what people are going to think, or, you know, when I played Gilda and she yelled at Fluttershy, this was season 1, right? So it wasn't even airing. So I had no idea that the show was going to become the phenomenon it did. But I knew after sort of reading through the script, after being cast as Gilda, reading through my script that I received, and I was kind of like, ooh, this is not going to go over well, I bet you, if people like the show and she yells at Fluttershy. Yeah. But when I go to record it, I can't worry about that. No. I can't make any apologies for her. I just have to scream.
Yep.
That's kind of how that works in my personal opinion. Everybody has different ways of working, but that's my feeling about the whole thing. I don't worry about it. I worry about the character in the moment on the show, in the storyline, you know.
Ooh, this one's actually sort of appealing to that too. Is from Trailblaze to Maryke. Who was more fun, Gilda or Sonata?
Probably Gilda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, I like that answer a lot. I was actually expecting a Sonata, I'm not gonna lie.
It seems horrible. It seems horrible to say, like, Gilda was more fun. Because for obvious reasons, like, oh, Maryke, you really enjoy being mean to people. But it was fun. I did. I enjoyed it, and I liked, I liked kind of the quality of like we had it, like, you know, we added that growl in the voice to represent the fact that she's a lion, you know, half lion, and so I kind of really enjoyed that.
Cool.
Yep.
Wow.
I liked playing Sonata. It's not like I didn't like playing Sonata.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Let's see. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I got so many from Trailblaze. He's just been knocking them out of the park. Oh my goodness. And he does a really good job at these, and we haven't seen him in a while, so
Thanks, Trailblaze.
Yes, does a very good job. I'll bring in another one from him real quick. And this was talked about before, from a Trailblaze to all. In Game of Thrones, which house would you... to all, if you were in Game of Thrones, what house would you like to be in?
I want to be Khaleesi. That's what I want. I want to be Khaleesi. No house. No house.
I don't watch the show.
It's a good one, Dusty.
I don't know.
I'm all about Daenerys.
We don't have cable here anymore.
I love Daenerys
all we have
so
is
much.
internet. We don't do cable.
A lot of people don't have cable anymore, so...
Yeah,
no,
we watch a lot of Netflix around here.
Yeah. For sure. Well, it's a good show.
Okay.
So I just want to be Khaleesi. Forget about all the houses. Khaleesi, that's me.
Khaleesi, okay, I haven't watched it since season 3. I'm trying to catch up again. Khaleesi, which one's that one again?
She's the mother of dragons.
Yes, Daenerys, right?
Yeah, Daenerys.
Daenerys, that's how you said, right? Yes,
so
yes.
She obviously has a house, but it's like
she's after the throne. It's I want her to win so bad.
It's coming. They've been raising these dragons for like 2 seasons. So let's move along here with Daenerys.
Let's see her just annihilate. I want to see her win. She has the best motives out of the whole houses. She's perfect.
She's just amazing. She's amazing.
She is.
She's great too, the actress.
Female character, and just I could talk about it for hours.
Me too. We could have a Game of Thrones My Little Pony show type thing.
Man, I don't know about tying those two together. They're such polar opposites.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's see. Yeah.
They both have They both have like dragony type characters. So.
Oh, that's true. I've seen people who've done like trailer revamps using ponies or whatever with Game of Thrones. There's some pretty cool ones out there.
Cool.
Let's see here. So this one from Moon Solace for you, Dusty.
Okay.
You planning to train hard for the upcoming Hoof Wrestling?
I've been training since January. Okay.
Ooh.
You people who have been following me on Twitter have been following me on my health kick since January, where I have dropped 27 pounds.
Whoa, that's a lot since January?
Yes, I was 266 pounds at the beginning of January. I am now 240.
Wow, Dusty, that's awesome.
I am trying to get to my playing weight of 235. So I have a month to get leaned and toned and strong, and I'm already strong, baby. Look at that.
I know, you're already like strong anyways.
Look at this. This is huge. And it's getting huger. So, Mr. DJ Tetsuo, the ravishing robot. I think you better get in the gym, because I'm ready already.
Oh my goodness, are you?
I'm just getting better.
You've been hardballing it like crazy.
Yes. Next.
Let's see. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just doing a quick read as quick as I can. So this one's from the really new mop. Question is, are y'all hyped for season 5?
Yes. All the promos have been coming out. I've been avoiding every one of them.
Oh,
Avoiding. I don't want to see nothing.
You want to go in fresh
until at BabsCon, when it comes out on the big screen there, when we're all sitting there eating cereal in the big main hall watching the show together as a big group. I don't want to see nothing.
I know what you mean. I'm kind of like that sometimes too, because sometimes the trailers give things away.
They give a lot of things away. And,
yeah.
and Hasbro is terrible about it. They'll give away the entire freaking episode.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, will they?
Yes, they'll give away the entire episode for crying out loud.
Yeah.
They've got from now until like Easter, and they'll probably do one every few days or one a week or something. They'll give away the whole episode. I don't want to do that. I want to see it fresh, brand new.
You know,
I've waited almost a year and a half. I can wait another 3 weeks.
You are so right. I just realized that they do actually spoil like 90% of an episode.
I can wait.
I wish they would stop doing that.
I can wait.
That's why I loved what was it, season 2 finale. They never spoiled anything. You had no idea what you were coming into, and then just boom, hits. So this one is from Martin Lion.
Hi!
Yeah, we know Martin Lion, another really good buddy.
Yes.
From Martin Lion. Hi everyone, looking forward to seeing you all in just a few weeks.
Yes.
And
hey, Margin.
Oh.
I don't need any more Skittles.
You need more Skittles. You need the whole rainbow.
Yes.
This is a question from Maryke. Are there any funny or interesting moments that you've had during a voice recording that come to mind?
Yes. When I was recording, I don't know if any of you have seen this show. I played. They moved the production of Bratz up from Los Angeles to Vancouver, and I played Yasmin in Bratz.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we were doing one of the DVDs, and we were recording a blooper reel. And so they wanted Yasmin to kind of introduce the blooper reel, or end the blooper reel. I think because I was supposed to say, "Good night, everybody, and don't forget to tip your waitress." And I said, "Good night, everybody, and don't forget to trip your waitress." And I started laughing, and I said, "Did you hear what I said? Trip your waitress." Well, if you go to YouTube and you watch my animation demo, they actually, that was a real life blooper that they then used in the blooper reels.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
It was so cool, and the engineers that we work with here are just absolutely amazing and brilliant and wonderful, and he was still recording even though I was like, had messed up the take. He just kept rolling, and so it was a usable take.
Nice.
Anyway, so that was a fun one that I really enjoyed, and then got to see it animated.
That's really cool that they did that.
That's
yeah.
Well, that sort of reminds me of they sort of did the same thing in the Lego Movie. They actually had the exact thing where I don't know. Have you guys seen the Lego Movie?
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I don't want to give too much away, but it's there's a part where Morgan Freeman is trying to pronounce Dumbledore's voice. Or sorry, Dumbledore's name. But he's like Dumbledore, and then so the two voice actors actually going back and forth. Where it's like it's Dumbledore, Dumbledore, and then that was actually a voice thing, like a little blooper that actually occurred, but they kept it for the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love when they do that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So this one, let's see here, is from Penguin Dude. Hey Maryke, are you a hockey fan? Oh, it's you, Maryke. Are you a hockey fan? If so, are you a fan of the Canucks or the Maple Leafs?
Hockey.
Great question. So I'm actually not as big of a fan of hockey as I am of many other sports. and this is so like shocking for a Canadian girl who likes sports. You would think that my number one sport would be hockey, but it's not. But let's put it this way. If I was at a hockey game where the Vancouver Canucks were playing the Leafs, I regret to say that I bleed blue, and it's Maple Leaf blue, not Vancouver Canucks blue. Sorry, guys. I know it's going to cause some sort of a controversy in someone's...
Here I was growing up, getting the black and white TV under the covers when I was a little kid, watching CBC Hockey Night in Canada.
Yeah.
Whenever Detroit was playing the Maple Leafs.
Detroit's such a great team.
Yep.
Such a great organization.
I was a Detroit fan before Stevie Yzerman.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually they're one of my, if I was going to pick a team in the NHL, I really like Detroit. I just think they're great. Great organization, as I say. Anyways.
Next.
So sorry to disappoint my new hometown people, but
yeah, you and Michelle Krieber will be at each other's throats the next session. Yeah, she's all Vancouver Canucks.
Yes, she is. I knew that.
Yeah.
She'd have respect, though. Like, real sports fans have respect for that kind of thing.
True.
You support your hometown or your chosen team. You do. And I have every respect if she, I have absolute respect for the fact that that's her team, man. That's her team.
Well, like in baseball. Like, for me, I'm from Detroit. American League. Detroit Tigers.
Yep.
All the way. But I live in San Francisco area. So, National League, it's the Giants.
World Series.
National League's the Giants. So,
yep, for sure.
Oh, there we go. So this one, here we go. So this one's from Trailblaze. To Maryke. What is your favorite item you have got from a fan?
Oh. Honestly, I just like people's time and I know this is going to be like, oh my, Maryke, you're like Little Mary Sunshine here, but it's people's time and the fact that they're going to stand in a line to come and say hello.
Yeah.
And that I get to say thank you for allowing me to do what I love. Mm-hmm. That's, to me, the best thing.
Yeah. It's the same way with me. People come up and give me things in the middle of a hall. Mm-hmm. Somebody who says, here's a bunch of drawings I did of you. It's like, well, thank you very much, and I put them in my thing, and I've got them all. I've got everything anybody has ever given me. It's up in my room.
Yep, me too.
So
I love all the things that people give. Like the art is amazing, and the trinkets, and the toys, like the stuff that you gave me the figurines, Dusty, and I have them at my signing table. Like I put them at my signing table, so some stuff that I've been given sits at my signing table, like little Gilda stuff. And anyways, so. It's just,
now you're going to be getting a whole lot of Sonata.
I guess maybe so.
I can see it, definitely. This would be your first, Babs would be your first convention since Rainbow Rocks, wouldn't it be?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be cool and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is from AGN Rules. Question, what are your thoughts on the overwhelming positive fandom reaction to Sonata?
I'm flattered. I think it's awesome. And I think it's got a lot to do with the way they wrote her, like the lines that were written for her were relatively, they're just sort of easy to say. They made sense for her. So I think it's awesome. I just think it's really nice that
she was like the Costello to, the Abbott that was the other girl, the angry girl.
Yes.
They didn't give her much to work with. Her lines were very small.
Yeah, and I think, the thing about, the sidekick that's ditzy or strange or quirky it's always something that people like to watch, right? Mm-hmm. So I was happy to play her because of that kind of, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it was fun.
I always say that every time I'm reading.
I know.
That's okay.
Fudge cakes, yeah.
Fudge cakes. Let's see here. Ooh, here we go. So this one's from Brony. Brony. Why can't I say this? A psychiatrist. There we go.
Oh.
Brony psychiatrist.
Oh yeah.
So a question for Maryke. Is it different voicing dubbed characters than characters that are air animated for English?
Great question. Yes, it is. As when you work in prelay, so when you're doing recording first and then they animate, you have a lot of freedom to do kind of whatever you feel the character would do. When you dub, you are kind of restricted by the performance that the other person gave, and that's not. I'm not making a comment about quality of performance, because the quality of performance is always fabulous. It's about the way that that person chose to interpret the line and the scene, and then it's your responsibility to fit in there.
Yes.
And
lip flap matching.
Lip flap matching, attitude matching, and all that kind of stuff. It can be really challenging, because what you have to do is, with all those technical aspects of doing dubbing, you also have to make it sound spontaneous and real and motivated.
Oh,
so it can be a very challenging thing to do. I love dubbing. I think that I like that kind of challenge, so that's interesting to me. So
you've done it so much.
I have done quite a lot of it, yeah, for sure.
And I was just doing a hand puppet to everything you just said. So I was trying to lip flap match to what you were saying live.
Okay, you know what? One of my funniest, this reminds me, one of my funniest, my favorite Saturday Night Live skits is that one where the brother and the sister make up a song. The one guy makes it up, and the other character tries to like say the same thing as they're doing, even though the person, it's not scripted.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be like as if I'm just talking off the top of my head and you are going along with it, just like your sock puppet kind of acting. But it would actually be you saying the same words, trying to say the same words as me at the same time I'm saying them. Amazing. Even though you have no idea what's actually coming out.
I have no idea what you're going to say. Yeah,
it's hilarious. Anyway, sorry.
I'm just being a goof. I'm sorry.
Next. Nice.
Sorry, typing like crazy. Oh yeah, if you hear clicking, that's my mechanical keyboard. Yes. So pardon. Plus I got a nice wood desk that makes it even louder. This one's a bit difficult. This one's from Waveform to you, Maryke. What is the most frustrating part of your job?
Scheduling, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes. Frustrating.
Seems you just
sometimes
have to. Yeah.
It's actually not really part of my job, but I think a lot of voice actors will identify with me when I say that people will sometimes ask you, "Have you ever done any real acting?"
Jeez.
And I am like, are you kidding me? I know what they mean. They mean, have I ever seen you on an episode of The X-Files? Yes. Have I ever gone to a play and seen you in Phantom of the Opera? That's what they mean. But they don't understand how, like, what comes out of their mouth and how it sounds. Like you know, if you were a teacher and I said to you, what grade do you teach? And you said, I teach grade 4. And you wanted to say to me, have you ever taught at university? And instead of asking if I'd ever taught at university, I said, have you ever done any real teaching? Like, hello? Like, come on.
Come on.
Anyway, so that can be a frustrating part of my job. It's not really a part of the job, but it's like a byproduct, I guess.
Byproduct of the job.
Yep. Anyways, so. Does that answer? Is that a good answer?
Oh,
I think that's a good answer.
That's a really good answer. I'm
you
sure.
know, I think, yes. So I think Sunset Shimmer has opened the door to Mirror, actually, because I'm getting very faint, weak signal from Joe Stevens. I got it. Okay, I got it. EQI is now. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Dustykatt. This just in! The Flim and Flam brothers have been arrested and charged with multiple felonies after attempting to sell supposedly curative tonics. Every pony remembers when traveling sales ponies and 3-time Hipster Mustache of the Year champions, Flim and Flam, tried to sell a curative tonic that could heal all sorts of ailments. From age-induced weakness to fear of heights to sudden exploding sickness. Unfortunately, Applejack discovered the tonic's real ingredients, and after the tonic failed to cure a burning duck, He had the hiccups. It was revealed that the tonic was nothing more than apple juice, and its curative powers were merely a placebo effect. In addition, the Flim Flam Brothers curative tonic was not approved by the Equestrian Food and Drug Administration or the Royal Stick Poking Certifiers. This didn't stop the sales ponies from selling the tonic, nor did it limit their proclaimed solutions, none of which actually worked. While the placebo effect can make some pony feel better, no matter how much a pony believes, drinking a tonic will not make them grow hands or turn them into a hamster, two uses for the tonic that have since been disproven. Lyra was spotted pouring bottle after bottle of tonic on her hooves to no avail, even after being told it was just making her hooves sticky. The tonic is also unable to dye clothing, despite Rarity's attempts to use it for that purpose. And no matter how many times Rainbow Dash drank it, her power level remained well below 9,000. It did make Pinkie Pie disappear and reappear in another dimension, returning an elder being, the sight of which would drive a pony mad. But most are pretty sure that's the placebo effect, since she can do that anyway. And of course, Twilight Sparkle was spotted weeping and pouring the tonic on her wings, promised that the tonic could remove them. Also, they didn't help Scootaloo fly. They did give her the courage to jump off a cliff thinking she could fly, but that's why Flim and Flam are now under arrest. Selling illegal medications, maiming of other ponies, and blowing up Sweetie Belle. These are just some of the charges Flim and Flam face. Fortunately for them, the judge has thrown out the case after Flim and Flam delivered a rousing song and dance routine while pleading insanity. I'm Joe Stevens, and this has been a news brief from the Equestrian Inquirer. Back to you, Dustykatt.
And we're back. That is amazing. Can you imagine? Flim and Flam finally get arrested. Finally get charged with all of these crimes against ponykind. Only to get let off because of a song and dance.
Oh.
You know what? The news in Equestria sometimes just is not all that good. But Joe will bring it to you every show, so make sure you come to our show every show to get the latest and the greatest fake news from Equestria from Joe Stevens. And we're back. I'm sure we have more questions. We've only got a little bit of time left there, Screwy. Make them fast.
Make them fast.
I'll try and answer fast as well.
So this one's from, this is a fun question. This is from RBZ from Maryke. Do you think Santa Dust would be a good candidate for rehabilitation?
You mean like in a future episode type rehabilitation?
Yeah, there you go.
Sure. Why not?
She's the only one that deserves it.
Out of the three, yeah.
It would be hilarious. Like, I mean, I don't know how, you know me, I don't watch the show particularly, so I don't know how many other characters have been of that, like, super, like, out of it, a little bit, like kind of, you know? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how many people have been like that. You guys could educate me and say lots or two or none.
Like, of characters inside the show? Derpy. I think of Derpy when I hear Santa. You know, like Ditzy. Like I may not in levels of Derpy, but I think of Derpy when I think of like Ditzy and
gotcha.
Just like they don't know for their own good if they're a good guy or a bad guy. It seems Santa was just in there because hey, I'm with friends.
Yeah, she kind of was, which is kind of why I think that she could be rehabilitated. If someone said to her, "Hey, you know when you said this is actually what that means," she might be like, "Oh, really?"
Oh.
You know, like her answers to her sister, or like her, well, I don't know if they're sisters, but like her group, right? Where like, you know, where when someone insults her and she just says the same thing back to them in the form of when she goes, "You are!" Yeah. Like, what kind of a response is that? It's hilarious. She doesn't quite get it. So if you pointed things out to her, she could be made to understand what she's actually doing and saying.
What do you know about good fruit punch?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Next.
So this one's from Maryke. Do you have any hobbies outside of voice work? And if so, what do you like to do?
I do. I have quite a few hobbies, actually. I dance, so I take tap dancing classes once a week and ballet several times a week. I read. I watch sports. I really like documentary films, and so I go to the documentary film festival every year. I do a little, like I have lots of plants around my house, so I'm care for my plants quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I cook, I bake. I like baking.
Yes.
What other hobbies? I feel like I'm missing something.
Speaking of documentary film,
Yes.
did you see a Brony Tale yet?
I've seen part of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Ah.
Awesome. Awesomeness.
Everybody out there, make sure you go see a Brony Tale movie. You can also get it on DVD.
See
It's
it.
also on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, so you can watch it there.
So yeah, those are my hobbies. Those are some of my hobbies.
Yeah.
I like quite a few things.
Awesome.
Oh, I listen to hip hop too. That's a big hobby. I go to concerts and listen to hip hop.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, here's the question. Old school or new school?
Both, man.
Really?
Oh yeah, man.
Okay.
Like
some of that new stuff that's out today, I can't listen to. It's not.
you gotta listen to the
right.
right.
Hip hop.
You gotta listen to the
Run
right
DMC.
stuff.
It's not.
You gotta
LL
listen
Cool
to-
J. It's not young. It's not any of that.
Shall I give you some? Shall I give
Yeah,
you some?
throw me some.
Shall I give you? I'll give you a couple of few
Give me
newer
some few newer
hip-hop.
people that actually put some R&B in their hip hop, and I'll be happy.
Well, these aren't necessarily R&B type guys, but although Frank Ocean is a great vocalist who also MCs. But anyways, you listen to some Earl Sweatshirt.
Okay.
Listen to Casey Veggies.
Okay.
Listen to Joey Badass. He's the future of hip hop, very possibly.
Okay.
Joey Badass himself.
I'll throw
Anyway,
some
so
of those up.
that's just some. Those are some people that I really like these days that are doing some very interesting things. So there you go.
Cool.
It's a very interesting name.
It is actually, yeah.
All of those names are hilarious.
Yes.
Like Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah. Earl Sweatshirt. I mean, it's not like Eminem or any
No.
of those from the old days.
Yeah. Anyway, so hopefully nobody was offended by it's his name. I'm not
It's
swearing.
his name. She's not swearing. It's his name.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his actual name.
All right. Go, Scree.
Let's see here. So this one is from. Let's see. This one's from Discord. Cord with a C-H-O-R-D.
Okay.
Play on words, I love it. But this is a question is, what is it like in the studio, Maryke?
It can be super hilarious. We work. We do the work. Professionally and that kind of thing. But sometimes it's just we crack each other up because sometimes people are so funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's really enjoyable to work in the studio. Sometimes funny things happen, like you've got tech problems because somebody just hit you or the music stand, because they're flailing their arms around to give the performance maximum physicality in terms of the audio that you guys hear from the voice. And it's inspiring too. You watch people. There's oftentimes people are playing multiple characters, and when you watch people flip back and forth between different characterizations and sounds, just instantly they're in a scene with themselves. It's pretty cool to watch. So there's a lot of inspiration that I've gotten certainly from being in the studio with the other actors.
Pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And with that, we are coming down to it there, Scree. We're right here at the bottom of the hour.
Dusty, should we do that thing?
I think we should do that thing. That thing we should do.
That thing.
Hey, Maryke. This is the part of the story where you get to ask me and Screwball a question.
Oh, man.
Every time.
Every time. You think you guys would talk to each other by now, but yeah, we spring that on everybody when they come by. It's like, so the
Yeah, I
last
don't know
question
what
of the night is you get to ask us.
Okay, I would like to know, Dusty, what kinds of products do you use to care for your facial hair?
Well, actually...
Soap and water, special shampoo?
No, actually, most of my hair care products for my facial follicles is basically a really nice soap and water scrub. Okay? But nothing special. No waxes, no nothing. This is au naturel. Basically, I shave with regular shave foam, nothing special, around it, and then I trim it actually with scissors. Okay, when I need to really shape it, or otherwise I use a trimmer. So, but otherwise, when I really have to shape it, I get out a nice pair of scissors, and it could take me 20 minutes to basically just shape it really nicely. But mostly, it's just regular foam shave cream and just a soap and water scrub it, and that's it.
I love it because that's very basic and
Anybody
simple
can do
and straightforward. That's what I was going to
Yes.
say.
Nothing fancy. No waxes. No
Right.
secret sauce.
No pomade
You know,
type stuff.
None of that stuff.
Impressive, I must say.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Screwy, if you could choose between having a fabulous piece. Obviously, I'm like, there's my Sonata moment right there.
There you go.
If you could choose to have fabulous facial hair like Dusty, or long flowing, awesome like head hair that you could do all kinds of cool things with, which would you choose?
I would have to say definitely facial hair, because I've dealt with long hair, and it is the most excruciating, most annoying thing I've ever had to deal with ever.
It's pretty annoying because I have long, curly, crazy hair.
I used to have long hair.
Nothing freaks me out
I
when
was talking about this.
hair's like,
Yep.
it's like going down from my face and tickling my scalp. I'm just like, I'm doing that, that thing where you like whip your head back and forth to try to get out of your eyes. And I stop it, get out of there, and then I break my neck. But then, I guess definitely facial hair. I would love to have something like that.
Well, that's cool. And you know what, gang? We're at the bottom of the hour, and we are right at the bottom of it. So we're going to go on and talk about a couple of things. One, hey, we now have our new T-shirt, which was done by one Sibsy. You guys love the T-shirt. I've already seen some wonderful pictures of you guys wearing the T-shirt. Send me the pictures, and we'll try and get them up on the show. Someone just bought a hoodie. Boy, that looks good as a hoodie, right there. So that was done by Sabrina Abergini, and you can get it over on Redbubble. Look for Stay Brony. That's it, Stay Brony on Redbubble, one word, and you'll find this and the other designs and any other designs we come up with will be up there in a little while. So thank you very much for your support. Buy the T-shirts, and because that supports the show, and we get to get new awesome things for the show and help out new cameras, new lights, whatever we can do. And we don't get a whole lot of those T-shirts, trust me. But the more you buy, the more we can do. And with that, I also want to thank our sponsor, of course, Little's Toy Company, for helping us out all the time. Thank you very much. Go to their website if you need anything for your pony collection, like I have pony collection. So you need anything, go to Little's Toy Company. Thank you very much for your help on the shows now. And with that, we are going to scoot on out of here. I want to thank, again, Maryke, Little Sis, for coming by.
Welcome.
Yes.
Big bro,
yes.
It's my pleasure to be here, and thanks for having me yet again.
Oh, yeah.
It's always nice to chat.
Always nice to chat. Screwy, for doing everything he does, keeping all you guys in line.
Thank you.
Yes. Amy, my wonderful girlfriend. Lance Bubala,
Hi, Amy.
Who you saw walking the dog. He was in here a little earlier today. And then Nathan, who's in the house, Bash Script, and everybody over at Canalot Hill Network for doing everything they do, for giving us a home when we needed one, and everybody working on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, doing everything they do. We now have a date, April 4th, BabsCon weekend. We got premiere coming up. It's awesome. The excitement is coming. Hoof wrestling is coming. It's going to be great. And you out there who come every time we turn that camera on and make dang fools out of ourselves every time. Thank you for coming and being entertained. And if I'm not entertaining, tell me about it and I'll fix it. We'll find some way to entertain you, I swear. Next guest, Screwball.
1 second, I'm going to cheat. 1 second.
You're going to cheat?
I'm going to cheat. Where's the calendar? It's nowhere in sight. Okay,
You sound like
I know
me.
it. It's literally like last minute, but I know who it is now. I know who it is now.
Who?
It's Anneli Heed.
Anneli Heed! Yes,
Yay!
Anneli Heed will be here. Swedish Spitfire and all kinds of other characters, including Churley and some others. We did a duet a couple of years ago, which was awesome, and we'll talk to her about what's going on in Sweden and what season they're on and what they're doing over there and some of the conventions that she's been to. She's been to a number of the European conventions I'm sure we can talk about. So it's going to be great to catch up with her in 2 weeks, and that will be episode 99.
Whoa.
And then there's that 100th.
And then come BabsCon. It's episode 100. So we're gonna do something special for it. We ain't gonna tell you, but we're gonna do something. So thank you very much again to my guest for episode 98, Maryke, and we're gonna get. So with that, everybody say goodbye.
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 See you. Hopefully to see you soon.
Yes.
Anybody and everybody.
Yep.
And thank you, Dusty and Screwy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We hate to leave you, but we'll be back soon. Good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Good night.